Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel. Tis I, the one and only Archer with Archer Astrology. If you're new here, welcome. Hello. It is time, Leo, for your December 2022 love energy check-in for the one on your mind. When you clicked on this reading, we'll take a look at the energy surrounding you and them for the month of December as we have the moon getting ready to go full in Gemini. Some stability finally will come out because right now in the beginning of the month, a lot of anxious feelings, a lot of vulnerability, feeling like everybody's against you. But then once we go through that, the full moon, it's kind of like a volcano eruption in Gemini, using your words kind of wisely, sometimes not. And then after that, as we start transitioning into Capricorn season, things will start to ground out, balance out, stabilize, even though we're going to have three cardinal points, three Aries points, even though not in Aries, it's just kind of what it's known as, a 0 degree cardinal point, where at three different points this month, three rocks will push into a cardinal sign. So this will cause all of this introvertedness y'all been experiencing for so long to transition into more of an extroverted cardinally type of thing. More Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn type energy, where but this time Capricorn, so more grounded. Where sure you open your mouth, but there's base behind your words, right? There's a Mars, Mercury, Venus conjunct, and then of course after the new moon in Capricorn at the end of the month, then guess what? Mercury retrogrades upon us once again. That's right. This holiday season brought to you by Mercury, the planet that spins backwards. How wonderful, right? Anyways, we'll take a peek because that's going to probably tap into a little bit more into January, but we'll see where it goes, right? So, Leo, a lot of people will ask a tarot reader what got them into tarot, what got them started playing with these pretty little cards, right? Now, for yours truly, I was a teenager and I went to a fair. And there was one tent at the fair that was different than all the others, didn't fit in at all. So, of course, yours truly wandered into it. And in it was this little old Japanese guy, a psychic reader. And so yours truly got a psychic reading from this guy. Nobody at the fair got along with him. He didn't fit in. He didn't dress alike. He didn't look alike. He didn't care about being, belonging or fitting in. He was a baraku, one of Japan's untouchables. And nobody really cared about him or what he was about because they figured he had nothing to offer that they were interested in, except when they needed him, because he was right, because he was always right. So people had to listen to him. So we're going to take a look at the energies for December of 2022 for you, Leo, and the one on your mind when you clicked onto this reading. The one on Leo's mind. We're going to use the Tot deck for our base cards and the Book of Shadows Tarot for our clarifiers. We will take a look at the past, where you've been, the present, as you're hanging out with yours truly. Hello. And then set your GPS for a potential future outcome and ask it to avoid any, Seven Swords, Tower moments, any of the bad stuff that might arise, because that's how you arrive safely to your destination. Alrighty. If you would like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that awesome YouTube stuff that we do, I would totally appreciate it, much as every reader on YouTube does. We do this for you. So if you could, on your side of the phone, do that back, we'd appreciate it. It's coolness. And otherwise, let's see what we've got going on. All right, let's go, Leo. There's decks to rock. Let's see what we've got for December 2022. This one stays right there till we get to it. Bottom of the deck for the past energy, Leo, where you've been coming into December, we have the Three of Pentacles. Really tapping into spirit and using the energies to do the work together. Spirit dishing out onto you and your person to try to work these things out. All these problems, all these good things, all these bad things, just like that. Queen of Pentacles, already starting to feel a little bit of Capricorn here. Even though we're still very early, we're kind of at the high point or the peak of Sagittarius season, so we've got a little bit of time left. With this Capricorn influence right here with the Queen of Pentacles, it shows that you were very, very grounded, very, very fixed, how Leo of you to be in your position of power, that you kind of knew what you wanted and you came forward with your offer, very, very straightforward about it. Ace of Wands. Told you, you came down right, with that passion that sets this into motion. This could have been a little bit of the boom boom card because it is referred to as such. It's that passion because it's actually a flaming Ace of Wands in this case. So you might have come forward grounded and stable in the past, and and put those offers out. Whether it was solicited or not, you kind of always looked very grounded, very stable, kind of in a dominating point that once you knew what you wanted to go forward to it. And you presented the offer straight out, Three of Cups. You said to your person, this was the happiness I'm seeking. This is the direction I want to go. And along with that Three of Pentacles at the bottom, we've already got 2 3s in the past. So you felt something that you and your person were syncing or had some kind of a connection that goes kind of further back. And using that Three of Pentacles is how you keep manifesting the happiness. You might have gone through this before when you were younger, even going further back into past lives and deeper connections when you think about possibly where your North Node is and what you are on this lifetime to do. When you look at your North and South nodes, maybe one of your things was to work on this happiness because in the past you weren't. Kind of like relationships in the past where you've been quite fine and happy to offer up and take care of an Ace of Wands when the situation does arise because it makes people happy, but then it winds up not making you happy. Maybe you thought it made you happy, but then at the time it was, when you do something at the time that you feel is right, then you don't want to look back on it in any bad way, even though you can sometimes go back on it. And then your person will look at that stuff and they get so judgmental, right? And they try to come forward, or they get locked in their way and be like, well, I can treat Leo this way because this is where they came from. And you're like, well, F you, I just opened up and told you about that stuff. You're not supposed to be holding it frickin' against me. So, you've always been trying to manifest this Ace of Wands stability, this like a grounded passion to go forward, Prince of Pentacles style. More Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn comes to the party. But you wanted that happening. And you saw it that way to the point that forward momentum, look at the Earth signs chariot showing up there, that you really didn't care. It was kind of like, F this, come hell or high water, I'm going to get my way. If you can't come correct for a Leo, then you don't need to come at all. And you would explain this as best as you could, and it would lead to some fights because you guys both locked horns and stuck down just like a Taurian bull would. There might even be some Taurus placements or dealing with a Taurus in this situation, because you've got a lot of that, but also Capricorn, but still seeing that Earth signs and that stability that'll ground it out as we move forward. And with a lot of this, like the 3 in the wand setup, I'm seeing it go back with this Taurus back into March, around that time, something around that era when we were going through that cycle and on the Earth sign phase, because the year goes in those quarterly cycles where you do a fire, you do, how does it go? You go fire, earth, air, water, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. So I'm taking it back that this was something going on during Taurus season. And then from that point, it kept drumming up these past situations that you always get to that point where you ramp up, you put yourself on the line and something derails and it locks up. Either you lock up or your person locks up. And before you know it, you're at a 10 of Swords point, which brings you here. Because you simply sit back and you go, you know what, this is ridiculous. I've done this so many times. I lay it on the line. I don't care if I was a teenager, if I was young, if it was a past life, if it's something happened now. I lay it out and put my entire self on the line for this stuff because I want the happiness. I'm trying to convey it out to them, and then they frickin' lock up on me, and we wind up at a 10 of Swords point. And then the cycle just keeps repeating itself because you feel like you can't get it together, or your person or people from the past don't pull their heads out of their ass. And then before you realize it, you're back at this 10 of Swords point where the fighting is happening and we're not talking, and then there's no communication, and you guys are in separate parts of the house, and the kids are screaming and there's fighting, and you've got the ones, the youngest ones are hiding in the closet just to try to avoid the situation, and you've got kids just hiding with their notebooks and their coloring, and you guys fight. And then it winds up calming down for a little bit. You guys get your boom boom and make up. Then the happiness happens for a little bit. And then once again, we have something else where the Taurus bull dodges right into the frickin' Toro, into the frickin' Matador's cape. And then here we are again, 10 of Swords ruin. And you've been through that cycle so many times that you're at that point where you're like, you know what? I guess Spirit is it's just not meant to be. It's just not supposed to happen because I keep trying, and Spirit's like, nope, not this time. Nope, not this time. Nope, not this time. And then you kind of get up in yourself because this 3 of Pentacles work will put you there that you're just like, F this. I'm just going to focus on this because love's not supposed to be here for me, apparently. But then you get to this point that you come here to check up on this and see where it's going. And even just by doing that, it starts to manifest a little bit of positivity. So did we already do this, Leo? We totally did. So, okay, so let's stop. Let's put it back together. That happens sometimes. We go with it. Yep, bottom of the deck. That's right. I said we weren't saying this or seeing it earlier. See, that's Mercury retrograde. Ha, hello. Mars retrograde, Mercury retrograde. It's so much fun. Seven of Cups, the you're taking too long card is clarifying this down here. When somebody gets freaking locked up about what they decide they want or what they decide they don't want, and they can't make a decision, and they're just taking too long. You're taking too long. You're taking too long. Who's going to make that choice and get ready to go forward? Six of Swords. See, this is literally when you completely shut down and just like running and chasing after the energies, trying to work with everything you got to make this happen. You get up in your field so deep and tight, working during moon manifestations, that it comes to the point of a borderline obsession because it slows down to a King of Pentacles point. There's your grounded coming back in. We had the Queen of Pentacles here being clarified by the King. So you guys match up. You guys have both been through this, and you get to that point that you try to work it out, but you always feel like that they're against you or that they're plotting against you or there's something there. It's the used car salesman. You feel like, oh, he can sell ice to an Eskimo, that type of a thing. So there's got to be something about it, right? Yep, your Ace of Cups, clarifying your Ace of Wands. This is what you've been looking for, even coming to a tarot love reading. You're saying that you want this Ace of Wands to an Ace of Cups new beginning. And look at how that cup overfloweth. You know, in the past, you've offered it. You've given it up if you had to. You did things that you don't want to have to remember, yet they're burnt into your psyche because you did it. And at the time, you did what you had to for whatever reasons. I don't see a lot of pentacles at this point, but it just shows that you constantly kind of made that Ace of Cup overflow to because you thought it was what made people happy. And you would bend and contort to everybody else's way to please them. But then when it got down to brass tacks with that Three of Cups, you win Three of Swords on it. Here comes that third party. You would lock down and commit to everybody and somebody else, and then there'd be the cheating. The other person comes in. In the past, I'm totally picking up this because your Three of Swords slices right through all three of the cups, again with the sinking, multiple threes, 333 right now on there, Leo. That the Three of Swords would come in, you'd be up in your feels because you'd find out that you'd done giving it all up and then they had somebody else on the side, or they were already in a commitment and you were the side piece. And whatever it was that caused you to take your heart chakra, which rules Leo, Leo is the heart chakra, lay it on the line, and then wind up going home completely defeated with those swords jammed in through your head, Kurt Cobain style. Kurt Cobain coming back from the dead, taking a look at what Dave Grohl's done to grunge in Seattle and going, what the fuck is this all about? That's what comes up and gets you to a point of just going, you know what? I got to go forward with this Seven of Pentacles. I got to do something Prince of Pentacles style to grow the money tree I want. Look at those delicious apples, Adam and Eve style, that come out there. Showing that doing the work and taking the time to put it in will get you to that. And you're doing it right now because you're so tired of being in Ten of Swords ruins all the time that you want to frickin' Ace of Pentacles up. There's our three. We have three aces out. We're one ace away. We find ourselves an Ace of Swords, and boom, we are there. Your Ace of Pentacles is planting that seed to grow this Seven Pentacles money tree. And the Prince of Pentacles is the best one to do it because he's bringing the Ace of Pentacles with him to put an end to this 10 Swords energy. With the Hangman, Pisces energy shows up. When this comes out, this shows that you realize you could walk away from the situation. You could put that little extra effort in when you were ready to, but for some reason, you always divert the focus and it goes into another direction. At any time you want, you can come down out of that blanket energy. You know, I mean, she looks really zen and happy, but at some point, the blood's going to rush to your head instead of rushing to your stomach, and it's going to kind of flub you up a little bit. The longer you stay hanging around there upside down, it's where you wind up going. All right, Leo, so you've been through a lot and you're ready to come down out of this Hangman energy because you more than once have mentioned wanting to plant this Ace of Pentacles and doing Ace of Cups deeds to get your Ace of Wands taken care of to bring you to a Three of Cups point, yet it always somehow winds up Ten of Swords. So let's take a look at right now, you and your person, what's on your mind. Every time you try to take care of them and those three swords show up, where is it going to take us to? All right, I appreciate you for being here, Leo. I know you've been through a lot and it does indeed show more times than not. But let's see where we're going with it. If you'd like, share, comment, subscribe, that would be awesome. And remember that this will indeed resonate to every and all placements. We are FHA compliant here at Archer Astrology. We do not discriminate. We will read for any planet and any placement that desires and requires. So let's go for it. All right. Currently, right now, that scene in Spaceballs where they put the videotape in the VCR player and they go, when does this happen in the movie? Now, sir. Everything that's happening now is happening now. Four of Cups. When will then be now? Soon. All right, jumpers means we're ready to go for it. All right, Leo, let's go. All right, currently, right now, as you hang out with yours truly, we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, starting to come down, starting to stabilize. We just got to make it through some of the full moon energy, going to around the holiday seasons when stuff really starts to bundle up. And this isn't the will they won't they thing going in here. You see how this has the serpent going completely around it in an infinite loop. because balance has been found and it's ready to proceed forward infinitely. Let's see where that takes us to. Yeah, man, 9 of Cups. So you've been to hell and back in the past, but happiness is coming your way. You might even already be starting to feel it. Maybe you feel something positive coming your way. 3 of Swords shows back up. So the past is still hanging around because you start to get happy. You start to open up. You start to get a little more vulnerable, and then they done F up, and something happens again that takes you back into a past situation. Even if it's a new person, because you haven't gotten over the past, you haven't healed from it, and they do one little F up and you lock up like a freaking bulldozer's gearbox jammed out that you can't go forward. And it gets you right back home, staring at the ceiling, lost inside a feeling, not knowing which way to go. And then before you know it, you've lost sleep. You can't get anything going. You start to sluggish down. Things start to get neglected, and it all starts to bottom out. So as you go past that one, that brings you to your 10 of Wands, Sag energy, completion finally showing up. This is the definition of insanity, when you keep taking all the past shit that's happened to you and you keep focusing on it, or you keep dwelling on it instead of growing or manning up to the next level where you can get past it and walk away from it. The definition of insanity, the 10 of Wands, is Archer's insanity card. The more times, if you've already gone to that drawer once and checked and there are no scissors in that drawer, then you have gone back to confirm that you found no scissors in that drawer. The moment you open that drawer the third time, you have crossed into your 10 of Wands point, and it's time to put the backpack down because there's nothing further left needed out of that bag. Be like a Sagittarius. When shit hits the fan, run screaming for the hills. Pack it up and book town, right? Queen of Wands style. You are starting to open up and level up. You're here right now checking out tarot readings because these situations bring you to that point. And you might even start feeling slightly more activated because in the talk deck, this Queen of Wands, a little more sad, shows up to the party along with little Leo and Aries, but it's the pine cone. It's the symbol for the pineal gland that shows the passion driven. The Queen of Wands, she doesn't take no for an answer. She goes forward to get what she wants. You have to be that way to get into a queen status. I mean, sometimes you have to be a bitch to get your way to get what you want, right? But sometimes love goes a long way when you couple up that passion to motivate forward. And look, I even see a cat right there with that leopard. Maybe you get more being a Leo, being a lion. Maybe you're more in tune with the feline kind. You might have got cats recently, or something that just brings out your passion, a hobby, without being like the creepy cat girl, because you just like cats. And then people try to like down on you for it, and you're like, 10 of Wands this, man, don't need that, right? Because you don't want that stuff no more. You're not trying to juggle the bad stuff. You want your 9 of Cups, and when these 3 of Swords show up, you pick that stuff up and you run screaming for the hills. 6 of Swords from the past comes back in. Look, it's right there. It's one of the first clarifiers that every time you get more of your fixed energy out, more of your grounded Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn stability, these 6 of Swords shows up using that science to try to project through it. Maybe it's even overthinking. Little analysis paralysis comes in because you're like, I still want this, and then you know where it goes. You're using all those swords because see how they're all pointed there? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, heavy Aqua, however. When this Aquarius energy comes in, think of how an Aquarius, as we learn to speak the love languages again and get back to basics so that people learn how to speak Leo, and Leo learns how to speak their person's language, because two-way street, Leo, two-way street. You have 3 swords of science. They have 3 swords of science. You guys are going to come together to work together and see how they all come to a point at the center of that crucifix. Crucifix is just a pop culture reference for the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The energy is working with you and your person. Take it and interpret it however you wish. Archer deGrasse, Neil deGrasse Archer's son, has done studied enough comparative religions to last for a couple lifetimes. So feel free, if you'd like to chat with me, because that's how you get some changes going on. You're using those 6 of Swords. Going back to the past, like you much like to do. You could be in a whole different part of the country, different place, and yet you still think something from the past is going to show up and come there, and it's like, I don't, why? And then your person is the same thing. You guys butt heads with this Aquatorian energy, and before you know it, there you are again, and we're right back where we started. But this time you're working on that 9 of Cups, and this is like a roller coaster ride. Remember how the roller coaster ride works, okay, Leo? Because, of course, it's freaky, and when it's going up the hill and you hear the chain locker happening and that, it's like freaking you out, and you get stressed, and the chains release, and the car goes into like a free fall, and it's just riding those ups and downs. And you could wind up coming to the end of the road and looking at your photo in the photo booth afterwards, be like, oh Lord, no, do not purchase that. Or you might be one of them Leos that just goes past the camera and like, it looks like the Fonz freaking A when you get through it. Either way, you come out on top. But that's much like this. remember, every day can't be happy. You have to take the goods with the bads. And if your person's having a bad day, you've got to man up to that one. And if you're having a bad day, they got to man up to it. It's a two-way street. A relationship is 100-100. And when you're taking two 24-hour schedules and trying to combine them into one 24-hour schedule, guess what? 24 of those hours are going to start overlapping and intertwining, and before you know it, you've got helter-skelter going on. So it takes a lot of work to come together, to learn to speak each other's love languages, because that is where your biggest breakdown in communication does lie, Leo, when you don't understand. That's the biggest thing. All right, so some clarifiers on this. You got Nine of Cups happiness, walking away from this Three of Swords sorrow to manifest using science, using your words wisely, using your intentions, using the moon, all that fun stuff. So let's see where we go. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. Yep, the Willy Wonka free will card showed up because there's a choice. There's a fork in the road. But because of the passion of this Two of Wands, this explains it perfectly. You think you have the free will choice to make a decision. If you think your free will can outsmart Spirit, who's been around for all eternity, you really think so? You think you're smarter than all them planets up there and all them stars? This is when Willy Wonka looks at you while you're looking at the fork in the road and goes, yeah, go ahead. Free will, make your choice. No, wait, stop, turn, come back. And then all of a sudden they just simply walk up and you have one of them like serendipitous tower moments where you just get shoved into the pool and you're like, what the fudge? It's like when you send a text message and you're typing that text as a draft, you go to hit send, you go to hit delete, and then you have that weird thumb spasm and it taps send and you're like, oh shit, that type of a thing. That's free will. That's Two of Wands free will. It's Spirit helping you, kind of putting you in that right direction for a Six of Wands victory. Booyah, right there. Making it to the top of the mountain and overcoming all the hurdles, all these little goosebump feelings that come over that try to stop you, these Five of Wands issues with these down there. This is Caitlin Petty. This is your boy's besties, Caitlin Petty, showing up after a concert. She's on the stage. She's looking good. The guitar was just tuned perfectly. She's taking a standing ovation and just taking it all in, being a frickin' rock star. Six of Wands right there. That's a little bit of you that shows up too. That's Leo energy right there. So you're embracing and rocking your own happiness to manifest what you want on top of this. So that's a little Leo. Little Cancer shows up. Also some Pisces, but you know, cardinal water sign. It's a thing. Pisces always, they steal all Cancer's cards. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands clarifying the Three of Swords. Yep. There you go. Your Libra energy gets clarified out with some Nine of Wands. You know, building up that wall, even if it means shutting everybody else out until you get your way, Leo, that's what you're going to do. And it's, you know, it's a huge wall and you're building it up. You know, we got Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. They're building up this huge wall. This is the first I'm hearing of it and nobody can get through it. And it's huge, right? It's also a Nine of Wands, Saggy kind of right there going on. But that's your protection because you don't want, you've been through this Three of Swords so many times before that you don't want to go through it again, and you'll do what you have to. Six of Cups. Told you. This is what you want. You want your family. You want your happiness. Straight up Cancer energy showing up right here. Cancer on crack, Six of Cups. You want your family. You want the kids together. One of the kids is here, and the other kids are over there, and it's the holidays. This is all about family and home and all that stuff, which is freaking Cancer's dominant area right there, the house and the home. And so if you have Cancerian placements, Leo, then you're going to experience it even more where like one of the kids can't make it home for the holidays. And that just kind of derails the whole thing because in your mind, it was all a Hallmark movie and a Norman Rockwell painting and everybody's supposed to be around having eggnog and there's a fire in the other room and you're all cooking dinner together. But then all of a sudden the kids are too busy and this one's got this going on and Aunt Ethel can't make it this year and everything starts to go wrong. And you're like, this is not how it was before. We're not doing this again. I want it to be a little better. Nine of Pentacles. Double nines showing up. You had double threes in the past and you guys are leveling up to double nines. Nikola Tesla style with the 3-6-9 method. And I see that right here. So you definitely want to look into that. Look into Nikola Tesla's 3-6-9 law of attraction. The frequencies, the energies, how he figured that out, that the energies that manifest from anything, from a shirt that you wear. If you've got that one red shirt that doesn't make you feel right and you just don't want to wear it, get rid of it. If you don't like white cars for some reason, then it's that kind of energy. Or you want to manifest in and you tap into it. It's all working brainwaves, magician style, because you can have those energies and you can use them for the bad, or you can have those energies and use them for the good. Magic goes white and dark both ways, and it all depends on which one you choose to go with and how you use it is how you frickin' Empress up. Look what you're coming into as we go to the future. You're getting out of all the old BS, doing for everybody else, putting out when you didn't want to or have to, and Empressing up. And if you don't come correct for an Empress, then don't even bother coming at all. Don't even waste time. I mean, look at everything she can do. She's healing the wounds. She's got the food's done. She's got watering can. She's like mid multiple. This is like more multitasking than Bill Gates, and it keeps you one step away from finding your emperor who has those other three swords that you guys can come together in a little bit of a union. Four swords, just trying to find some peace and tranquility when it comes through, and using this energy to manifest. Like how she's got no worries. You're not totally worried about this. You're being cool, laid back, and just kind of calm going through this, manifesting up what you want, because the energy is right for your person to come in and they see you in this Empress energy, putting away all the shit and being like, wow, Leo's not playing games anymore. They said they wanted to be happy. 9 of Cups to a 9 of Pentacles. And that's when Spirit tells them, you better freaking come correct or don't come at all. You approach an Empress the right way, you know, especially on the Divine's feminine side. Intense reading, Leo. So let's take a look at where we could possibly go, because your person sees you just being done with the crap and not wanting to put up with it anymore. Roles could be reversed. Maybe they're done putting up with something, but what it is just being like, you know what? I'm gonna just do me for right now. And if y'all want to come back, that's cool. I'll be hanging out here blowing bubbles in my office. Blowing bubbles in your office? Really? Why are we talking more Ace of Wands swords? I don't even know who Bubbles is. All right. Anywho, let's go for the future as we program Leo's Chariot's GPS for a potential outcome. And we tell it to avoid any of these past moments, putting up with people, putting out for people, doing for everybody. Whoa, really, Leo? Really? Really? Yeah, son. Potential future outcome. I haven't cut the deck yet, but I got a 10 of Pentacles down there. My intuition tells me to freaking stop. We're stopping. Your potential future outcome with a 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck is starting off with the Sun. How does an Empress own up? Take your own freaking rock for a spin, why don't you? This is pure happiness. The happiest card in the deck is what you're manifesting. You're starting it right now. There's going to be a couple oomphs along the way, but then using that science, using the energies to come into it, look what you're freaking manifesting out. Straight up happiness. You and your person coming together in union. Look at that. Cupid and Aphrodite probably down there. I don't know who they are, but that's probably who they are. And you look at how everything's around you. There's a little crab down there. And then off to the side, we got the little Libra, little Scorpio. There's a little Archer up there. There's Cappy and Pisces. Over here's Gemini. Everybody's there because everything revolves around the sun, right, Leo? Everything revolves around you. And that's how your person's going to see it, because you just make them happy. This person comes in, sees it as a 10 of Pentacles completion. Yo, right? This isn't 10 of Cups freaking bubbly sitting on the rainbow like a freaking unicorn. This is the concrete slab poured for the house and the garage already. The pickets already put in for the white fence to go around. And y'all are going to adopt a puppy or a cat, whichever way you want to go with it. Go adopt something, right? Control the pet population, have your pet spayed or neutered. Right, Bob Barker? Anyhow, so this happiness that brings this 10 of Pentacles completion is an amazing setup. And then a little Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius shows up to the party. The heavy frickin' Gemini on this one. Just using that sword, and mommy's tired. You've been through battle. You've been to hell and back, and you're done. But you do have the head of the spoils on there. Then that's how the victor returns. Mommy's tired, but the sword is down because you don't want to fight anymore. It's not going to happen that way no more. And the 6 of Cups shows back up. Definitely mirroring, definitely duplicating with this past regression here going in. This is what makes each of you happy, and it's an infinite loop. See how these, like, how they're hooked up, how these little chalices are hooked up to just this infinite loop of water? You don't even see where the pipes come from, and they just constantly supply it because you guys go deep way back, and you both want the happiness that you're manifesting right now as we're in the present energy. So it's showing that you stay happy. 2 happy cards along with the I'm done fighting now, no bueno to the fighting. That's freaking cool, Ace of Pentacles. Here's your Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming back into it, that you're manifesting and planning a new beginning. This whole potential future outcome as we get done with December and go into 2023, especially Sag Cappy, you're going to start feeling a lot of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All these fixed placements, as everything starts to balance out, will start to show more. The anxiety fades away after the volcanic eruption, and then you've got more of Jupiter influence, Neptune going back direct. Pisces is back in the party. I mean, December month is, I mean, we've got air and we've got earth. However, you're still, however, kind of your stars of the show this month are going to be Cancer and Sag and Gemini and Taurus. These are the big guys. This is where your heavy artillery is happening. The other signs got stuff going on, but the big boys are hitting right there. And that's when you can come out and go, you know what? Okay, all right, let's plant an Ace of Pentacles right there and grow this shit, right? So That Ace Pentacle, dude, new ideas that just make you guys happy and you plan them together. Your person wants this because you make them happy. Boom, right there's Leo. So they don't want to fight no more because they just want this happiness with you. And we're going to start a new beginning like that. It just makes sense when you see it. Wow, no way. We're just going to start a whole new beginning. It's a whole new eon. The dawning of the age of Aquarius, much, right? Coming out. Look at how cool that is. And did I not mention in the beginning about comparative religions and whatnot? You got Shiba's on there. The whole party showed up. I don't see Jesus. He's probably in there somewhere, I'd assume. I don't know. But they're all there. Everybody's there. Even little Egyptian tote guys are back there in that too. You know, it's like, hey, right? So it takes you in all kinds of directions. Crab, turtle, scarab beetle, beetle, whatever. But it's showing that your person's coming forward because you make them happy. You've been doing this work to manifest it, and spirit dishes it out because you make them happy and they want to plan an Ace of Pentacles beginning with you, something new, something you haven't experienced before, so you best better adjust to it because it's going to be good. It's a really good outcome, 10 of Pentacles. It's real world stuff. It's grounded energy. Clarifiers onto this for a good outcome from a crazy past for Leo for December 2022. I hope you guys all have an awesome sauce Christmas. All right, let's see. Don't forget, Leo, come and join me here every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I go live. We do an all signs. We tarot and chill inside here for a minute. Come hang out at the Archer Broadcasting Company, and, we'll spill the tea. Stay tuned for more to come. Same Archer time, same Archer channel. All right, clarifiers on the future. We have what is this? Knight of Cups. Yeah, okay, I'm back. The Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups does approach on a frickin' chariot. And it's taking a look at the man in the mirror. It's paying attention more to your dreams and the loving connections that they show. The people you talk to in your dreams, that one person that you haven't spoke to in forever. Looking at yourself in your dreams, astral projecting, lucid dreaming, all that stuff comes together for reflections on what you want to proceed, what makes you happy. And look, that's you and your person connecting on a level in your dreams and communicating on an astrological plane with temperance. Sagittarius energy showing that to get this happiness, you have to have some healing. Sagittarius does indeed come correct. Y'all know how fire signs are. Aries is always the first one to the party, but they bring a dish to pass. They're cool like that. Then Leo, y'all, shows up an hour later. Oh, look, I forgot there was a party. Hi. And then you shed on the rug, and we have to vacuum later after the party. And then just when everything seems to be going, party's in full swing, the music's right at that sweet spot, people are mingling, in walks Sagittarius with their balance, their healing, and all that stability. And that manifests the happiness. And look at in this deck here in the Book of Shadows Tarot, there's two people on the Temperance card because you guys are working together and healing together. This isn't all that bullshit that people talk about that you got to stay alone, you got to be alone, you got to go inside and do all the work. BS. Have you all forgotten how frickin' relationships work? That you come together and you work through the problems and you heal? Do we need to go watch some old 1950s rerun television programs or something to get it together? I think Archangel Michael handled a lot more television programming in the 50s than he does now. Poor guy, but it's where it's going because in order to be happy, you have to be balanced and you have to heal. You can't keep bringing old past stuff up. And you guys are actually going to work together to heal. It's kind of like coming and going, look, I've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. Let's do the work together and address things together as they come, and we work through them together. Queen of Swords style to fight through it. So clarifying onto that Queen of Swords is the King of Cups. Straight up Cancer. Now the Chariot's done crashed through your living room wall, and the King of Cups is in it with that love. And right here's your royalty. Air and water showing up. Check those placements. Where's your Cancer placements? Where's your Libra placements? Where's your Scorpio? Air and water, just all 6 of those. Y'all know them. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There you go. Check into those placements for resonate because in the future outcome into 2023, that's what you're looking at. That's where it's going to go. And it does show that you guys work together. When mommy gets tired, daddy steps in and helps. Look, this is a dad, whether he's single or a stepfather or an adopted dad or a dad with adopted kids, however variation you want to spin to it. Look at how they all get along and work together. And mommy, just because mommy needs a break, daddy helps, you guys pitch in. And literally, like I said, you work together. To get where you want to go with on that 6 of Cups. The Judgment, straight up, Libra shows back up again. And you see how you're putting the old stuff away? Or you could have lost someone, maybe a family member or a child or a grandparent. But you see how she's mourning that death at the gravestone? That's taking all that past hurt, all that past energy, and putting it away and filing it away because Granted, when somebody passes, their memory lingers and stays forever. You can't delete someone from your memory. We're humans. We're not computers. But you go forward and you embrace that energy so that you're stronger from it. That's how a Libra does it. Another cardinal sign. One of our mini cardinal points this month that clarifies your Six of Cups, because in order to have your Six of Cups, you have to walk away from the Five of Cups negativity, the sadness, the disappointments, the letdowns. You can't be happy when you're sad, right? However, your Ace of Pentacles is clarified by Seven of Wands. Look at that, how protected she is. Look at all the skills she has. I mean, granted, it looks like one of those weird memes with the guy that from The Hangover or from Angry Bosses with all the stuff and the strings and that behind him being like, look, aliens, right there. It's Leo. But it's showing that, it's going into your John Travolta proof bubble to try to do the work to make sure that Ace of Pentacles comes out exactly how you'd like it to be. And because I mean, how do you get a whole new world if you put a bum seed in there, right? You get a bad plant. It don't work right. So you really take the time to focus, embrace the energies as they come, because you're stronger. You're leveled up on a different plane, and you can handle it more. Five of Cups, literally what I was just talking about. The Six of Cups down to your Five of Cups disappointments. There's gonna be highs and lows because it's a new world. And if you expect every day to be perfect, awesome sauce, it's not going to happen that way. The spirits change, the world changes. Granted, it gets a little depressing and a little exhausting and a little frustrating when every readings about all this, the scary energy and the negatives. You never have somebody come on, right? You never find a Leo reading somewhere where they're just like, oh, wow, guys, it's this month, and all the planets are doing fine. They're all just spinning like they're supposed to. There's no eclipses. The moon's just doing its thing. We're cruising. We're on cruise control. We'll be in touch later. Enjoy it. Here's some happy time. No, every month is like, oh my God, this planet's going retrograde. Oh God, there's a meteor shower. And then Alpha Centauri is going to back up, and then the moon's going to lunar eclipse, and then the sun's going to bump into Venus. And oh my goodness, right? And that'll get you very Five of Cups. Look at that. Look at how you can sit there at night on the couch feeling like nothing went your way. I live in a fairy tale land that will never exist. And it's going to happen even in this new world. It might even happen more so because you go into a different plane and you go into a different level where stuff hits you differently and messages come differently, and you just got to kind of work with and embrace it. When you're at home bumming like that, try to focus. Try to focus on this new world and remembering that you're not here anymore. You're here. And that's how you can manifest a positive outcome, because they're coming your way. Don't be worrying so much. They're thinking a lot about you, and you guys are going to work together for it. I love it. Very nice, guys. All right, make it a good one. I really appreciate you all for being here. Like, share, comment, subscribe. This will resonate with every and all placement. And I will see you Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. for our live All Signs here. We'll hang out with yours truly, and we'll spill some tea, Boston Tea Party style. Boom. Right there, Ben Franklin. Eat your heart out. All right, guys. You make it a good one. I love you very much, Leo. Yeah, cherry. I'm out.